Things get easy when you talk about them.
Said you're working on yourself, is she helping with that too? You gave her.
My name is Muhammad Azam and I am a first year medical student at the Khyber Medical College. जब आप किसी चीज़ के बारे में बात करते हैं तो it gets easy for you. मुझे एक मसला है, it is called stammering or stuttering. Stuttering is basically a neurological condition where you are not able to pronounce certain words like A, F or D depending on the person. You get certain pauses in your speech. आप कभी कभी अपने अल्फाज को properly pronounce नहीं कर पाते. कभी कभी आपको एक word आ रहा होता है लेकिन you are not able to take it out of your mouth. And it's basically neurological मसला. जब आपके ब्रेन में वो वर्ड्स हैं लेकिन यू आर नॉट एबल टू टेक दोज वर्ड्स आउट ऑफ योर माउथ, और दिस इज़ अ वेरी कॉमन मसला इन आवर सोसाइटी. लेकिन आई wanted to talk about it openly and I wanted to acknowledge the fact that I have this issue. हमारे पास यहाँ पे केएमसी में भी इस तरह काफ़ी लोग हैं जिनको यही मसला है.
8th के बाद शुरू हुआ है और मेरे जहन में बस होता है कि बाद में जल्दी करूं ताकि अगला बंदा जल्दी सुन ले, तो उस वजह से मतलब अल्फाज अक्सर सही नहीं निकलते.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iyanur Rahman and I am a student in first year MBBS KMC, Alhamdulillah.
My name is Sikandar Zahoor and I'm a fourth year medical student here. I too have a bit of a speech problem or a stuttering problem as some people call it. I've had this problem I think from my childhood, and this only became evident I think when I was in primary school and college. The problem with stuttering and impaired speech is that you want to say something and you want to portray your point, but people don't really understand what you're saying. The thing is, you may say what you need to say, but in the minds of other people, it doesn't really become sound appealing.
जब आप अपनी बातों को लाइक एक रिदमिकल फॉर्म में कहते हैं तो फिर आपको स्टैमिंग नहीं होती, बट व्हेन यू टॉक नेचुरली तो फिर यू गेट सर्टेन पॉजेस. तो ये है कि फनी थिंग अबाउट इट इज़ जब आप गाना गाते हैं तो आपको स्टैमिंग नहीं होती.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Abdullah and I'm a second year student at KMC.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मेरा नाम शहाब है और मैं खैबर मेडिकल कॉलेज पेशावर में फर्स्ट ईयर का स्टूडेंट हूँ. मुझे स्टमरिंग का इशू है और जो ऑलमोस्ट 5 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया है. तो मैं ये कहना चाहूँगा कि हमारी जो कम्युनिटी है उसको ये चाहिए कि जो भी लोग इस तरह की बात करते हैं, जो अटक के बोलते हैं, उनका साथ मजाक ना उड़ाएं और उनके साथ कोऑपरेट करें.
मुझे आज भी याद है जब मैं 8-9 क्लास में था मेरे ख्याल से. सो आई स्टिल रिमेंबर कि जब तो टीचर पूछता था कि आपका नाम क्या है इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन में, तो मुझे बहुत डर लगता था कि अब मेरी बारी आएगी और मैं खड़ा होऊंगा और मैं कहूँगा कि माय नेम इज़ मोहम्मद आज़म एंड आई एम फ्रॉम सवाबी एंड आई एम फ्रॉम दिस एंड दैट. तो अक्सर वक्त इस तरह होता था कि मुझसे कोई पूछता था कि आपका नाम क्या है, तो मैं कहता था कि माय नेम इज़ एंड आई गेट स्टक इन माय ओन नेम. तो आप खड़े होके अपना नाम कहें और आप अपना नाम ना कह पाएँ, तो आप इमेजिन करें कि आपको किस किस्म की एम्बेरसमेंट होगी इन फ्रंट ऑफ द क्लास. और फिर अगर आपकी क्लास में इस तरह लोग हैं जो आपको इस बात पे निशा दिखाएं कि यार आपको अपना नाम भी मतलब नहीं प्रोनाउंस कर सकते. सो ये है कि देयर इज़ नथिंग रॉन्ग विद दीज पीपल. उन लोगों के इंटेलेक्चुअल कैपेबिलिटीज़ में कोई मसला नहीं है. अगर मैं KMC में हूँ तो मतलब ये कि मुझे थोड़ा बहुत कुछ आता है, मैं इसलिए यहाँ पे हूँ.
Basically, I used to stutter a lot to the point that I could not even pronounce my own name. Back in grade 10th or 11th, the class teacher asked me what was your name, like, you know, just as an introduction, but I was like, my name is, I could not even pronounce I. Alhamdulillah, I've recovered a lot, and it was more like a psychological issue. It was like when I was talking to myself, I would not stutter at all. When I was reading a book to myself, I would not stutter at all. When I was talking to my friends, you know, I would still not stutter. But when I was talking to my teachers, to my parents, or to even the shopkeepers, I would stutter, and that was kind of a burning feeling in my abdomen. Some people whom did not stutter before, they do not actually feel how bad it is when you stutter.
ये मसला तब ज़्यादा प्रिवेलेंट होता है ना जब बंदा ऐसे सराउंडिंग्स में हो जिधर उसकी मतलब अपने दोस्त ना हो या मतलब पब्लिक जगह हो.
The part that was psychological was more like the fear of stuttering. You know, when it starts kicking in, the more closer you get to the word that you think you might stutter, the more you're likely that you will stutter. The speed of my speech, it used to be quite fast, and now alhamdulillah one of the solutions was also to reduce the speed in which I was speaking as I am now, because there were two factors. One was when I stuttered, I thought that I'm wasting people's time by not being able to complete my sentence quickly, and that, you know, when I stuttered, I felt like I need to speed up and I need to repeat myself. So that was even a worse kind of, my stuttered worsened progressively.
So another issue that I get called out a lot for is fast speech. So people tell me that I speak really fast and they don't really seem to understand what I'm saying at most times. Even my late grandfather, God bless him, he used to tell me that, Sikandar, I don't really get what you're trying to say, so I used to say everything twice. And this becomes a bit of a hassle, because when you want to get something done or tell someone to get something done and they don't really understand you, then you have to keep on repeating yourself, and it can sometimes, you know, cause you to get a bit frustrated as well with yourself. So that's another thing that I'm working towards to reduce the speed of my speech. It's like the story of the tortoise and the hare. So my mind is like the hare, and it's past the finish line, it's reached towards the end of the sentence, but the tongue is like the tortoise and it's slowly lagging behind. And what I need to do is sort of coordinate these two so that I can put out a more effective speech.
You know, when you stutter, it kind of aggravates your feelings. You know, it's a bad feeling. You feel embarrassed. That embarrassment should not be there. Okay, no one feels bad about you. That's one thing for sure. And those that do stutter and they see their stuttering, they feel sympathetic enough to not irritate you. And you know, whenever somebody is struggling through his speech, you should just stay silent and give a little bit of your time. You know, you should try to. When I was stuttering, my friends would, you know, kind of say the word that I was trying to say. So that was like, yes, that's what I meant. And that was kind of an awkward thing, because I could never crack jokes or you know, I was always the listener. And one factor I just remembered was I was socially an introvert. I did not talk to anyone. I was always to myself, and I thought that being to myself would be more peace and calm. And we as doctors, we should not stutter, especially when we are trying to deal with patients. When you see another person panicking, the person who stutters also panics. I don't know how, but that's what I felt.
इसकी प्रॉपर कोई केयर नहीं है, मतलब कि आप कोई पिल्स लेंगे या आप कोई मेडिकेशन लेंगे, लेकिन व्हाट यू कैन डू इज़ यू कैन हेल्प योर सेल्फ गेट आउट ऑफ इट. मतलब ये कि आप ज़रा बात आहिस्ता करें. यू कैन टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम योर फ्रेंड्स, फ्रॉम योर पेरेंट्स, फ्रॉम योर फैमिली. यू कैन जॉइन सपोर्ट ग्रुप्स. हमारे यहाँ पे ये एक हमारे पास यहाँ पे एक आम नॉर्म नहीं है ये, लेकिन फिर भी आई थिंक इफ़ यू हैव गॉट गुड फ्रेंड्स, इफ़ यू हैव गॉट गुड सपोर्टिव फैमिली मेम्बर्स, तो आप आहिस्ता से बात करेंगे एंड यू विल एवेंचुअली गेट रेड ऑफ इट. एंड नॉट जस्ट स्टैमरिंग. हमारे पास इस सोसाइटी में काफ़ी स्टिग्मास हैं, काफ़ी. मैं चाहता हूँ कि हम इन चीज़ों को डिस्टिग्मेटाइज करें. अगर एक बंदा काला है, एक बंदा गोरा है, एक बंदा मोटा है, एक बंदा पतला है, एक ये जो भी है, आई थिंक वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट आवर सेल्फ द वे वी आर, एंड वी नीड टू एक्सेप्ट अदर्स द वे दे आर. और जिनको कुछ मसले हो सकते हैं लाइफ में, तो हम उनको डिग्रेड और उनको नीचा दिखाने के बजाय हम उनको कुछ फिजिकल मसला है, कुछ इमोशनल मसला है, तो हम उसको हेल्प करें और उसको रीच आउट करें.
You told her that
It's completely normal. It's a normal variation of a human being.
We should listen to them carefully and listen to whatever they have to say. Give them some space.
that's what I always say.
Like wait, open in the pizza vendor. Start.
Give them space.
We should listen.
Be patient with them.
We should not make fun of them.
appreciate their efforts.
Start.
نو زمون یو گاونډي دی کنه خان ما دا غا دا خلا ان خلی کنه دا مسله ده نو هغه